All right, Daniel, we're back with another underwriting session, and you helped me with my wholesale deal, my rental property that we underwrote. Now I feel like going and doing a flip,
Let's do it.
and I don't know how to underwrite it, so I need your help again.
Okay, amazing. So first thing we're gonna start off, Calvin, is what did you end up purchasing this flip for? What was the purchase price?
I'm in contract with the guy right now for about $60,000.
60 grand. Amazing. Perfect. And closing costs, would you say typically it's 1 to 2%? What do you think we should do here? One?
Uh, I agree with the seller that I'm doing covering both sides of closing costs, so I would say like maybe like 1.7, just to be on the safe
1.7.
side.
Perfect. I just rounded, but
Okay,
anyway,
2% is cool.
well, it's here. Now you can see 1.7.
Okay.
Perfect. So before we go on the renovations, what would you say is the hold period? So from when you close on the property, to when you either sell or refi. You typically sell because it's a flip. On the flip, how long do you think that time horizon is going to be?
Just how the market is right now. I mean, I think it would just be safe to say I would say 6 months we'll underwrite for.
That's fair. Um, Perfect. And analyzing the deal, what was the rehab price that you determined?
Uh, After my GC walked it, he quoted me about a $35,000 rehab.
Amazing. And then contingency, if you want to be safe and have a little budget in case the GC messes up, what's like the percentage that you want to kind of save just in case rainy day fund?
I mean, you underwrite a lot of deals. I mean, what do a lot of buyers kind of
I would say
account for?
5% maybe.
5%? Okay.
Great. So now we have a total rehab cost right here. So as you're holding it for 6 months, you still have to pay taxes. You still need to pay insurance. You still need to pay utilities. And let's say you have an HOA or you have a pool, you're landscaping. These are all costs that you're going to incur over these 6 months. So just looking at an annualized basis, Calvin, what is your property taxes in the property?
Property taxes, I would say about $900 a year.
Amazing. Looking at your insurance on a monthly basis, what is it looking like?
I would say about 1,200.
1,200 on a monthly basis?
On a year. So $100 a month.
Perfect. And then utilities on a monthly
Uh,
basis.
I mean, we won't be using it much. We'll come for maybe like 50, $60 a month.
Yeah, we'll say 50. And then do you have any HOA or pools in this one?
No HOA.
Perfect. So now, most importantly, you're doing a fix and flip. What would you say the ARV is on this one?
I mean, I was looking at comps in the area. I think I can confidently say I can get 150 for it after I'm all said and done.
150. And here's something to consider, Calvin. When you're buying this flip, you got to close on the property, do the rehab, incur the holding costs, and when you flip it, pay all the fees. Did you
Yep.
plan on using all of your money, or are you raising some private money?
I'm gonna use a hard money lender.
And do you know what percent of the entire cost is the private money lender
Uh,
covering?
they're will they're willing to lend up to 90% on my
Perfect.
purchase price and rehab.
So we'll say 90%. Okay, great. Now let's move on to the next areas. So we're selling the property. Just like when you bought it, you had closing costs. When you sell it, you're gonna have some too. Do you think it's gonna be you paying the closing costs or the end buyer? At the
Probably the end
flip.
buyer.
Okay, so zero. And then for
It will
commission,
probably be split because I'll be selling to retail, so it'll probably be split 1%.
so we'll say 1%. And then
Yeah,
for commissions, what are your thoughts on what your realtor is gonna charge you for?
I would say, I mean, just to be on the safe side, I would just say two and a half, 2.5%.
2.5, and then we'll say buyers also 2.5. And just so we can see that, I'm gonna add decimals here. Boom. Okay, great. So now we're looking at the PML. Obviously they're not gonna give you money for free. They're gonna charge you interest, they're gonna charge you points. Do you know what that is gonna be in terms of the PML?
Points. My lender's charging me about 4 points for on the loan.
And so for anyone that doesn't know what points means, it's pretty much an upfront charge that the lenders typically run you for. If it's 1 point, it means if it's usually it's like 1 point, which is like 1%. of the total amount. So for Calvin's example, he's got to pay 4 points, so that's 4% of the total amount the PML is lending. And at what percent interest?
14%.
14%. And so that leaves your total project cost at about $118,823. And Calvin, as a fix and flipper, what percent return are you looking to make here?
Um, I would making my money back, and I'd like to make probably 10% of what I'm selling it for. So what is that? 110% return.
110% return. So now we go over here and the exit evaluation. Calvin, it looks like we got a deal for you. Looks
Okay.
good. So pretty much, just so we can kind of understand the numbers, we have our sale price. Obviously sales price minus our total costs of 118, that leaves 31 grand profit. And we put in 21 grand and we got 31 grand back. And that is our return. So for your situation, it is a yes. This is a deal. And
So
Calvin,
I'm actually getting a little more than what I'm looking for.
exactly. Let's say maybe you check again on the comps. Turns out the ARV is only 120 grand. This looks like a no deal for you. You're pretty much only making a three grand, so you're gonna get obviously your return back and then 3 grand. Looks like it's a no deal for you.
If the ARV came to be 120,000, it wouldn't be a deal for me then. That's
Yep,
what it's looking like.
exactly.
Um, so this calculator was definitely great, and it's definitely real straightforward. Um, and would I be able to find this calculator at the same link of the other calculators you walked me through?
Yes, sir. Same
Sweet,
exact.
Daniel.
Love it, Calvin.